Today we're going to explore how to import an OpenAPI specification file into GitLab, synchronize that over to Postman, and synchronize it back to GitLab. So over here in Postman, I've got an empty workspace ready to go. And I'm going to start by making a new project over on GitLab and import my OpenAPI specification there. So up in the top right corner, I'm going to click on New Project. From here, I'm going to create just a blank project. I'm going to call this Ice Cream Shop. And go ahead and create project down at the bottom. From here, I'm going to make a set of subfolders, and these subfolders are going to be named in a way that Postman can automatically find our OpenAPI schema file and synchronize it back to the same location. By default, Postman will look at the root folder of a project, or it will look for this set of subfolders. You can import it from the root folder, but having it in that subfolder is where it's going to synchronize back anyway. And so we're going to set up those subfolders to begin with. So to start, I'm going to find the root folder level of my repository, and I'm going to click on this plus sign and say new directory. From here, I'm going to make a folder called Postman. Click on create directory, and I'm going to make one more subfolder inside of here. So I'm going to click on that plus sign again, say new directory, and this one is going to be called schemas. Inside of here is where I'm going to place my OpenAPI schema file. So I'm going to go to upload file, and I'm going to drag over my YAML and click on the upload file button. And here's our OpenAPI. We're all set to go on GitLab. Now, the other thing that we're going to need to do in our project is we need both a main branch as well as a development branch. So I'm going to go ahead and make that branch now as well. So over here, I'm going to click on the project itself. I'm going to click on the plus sign one more time. Instead of making a new directory, though, I'm going to go to new branch. I'm going to create a new branch here, and I'm just going to call this one development, and we're going to build this off of our main branch. So we're going to go ahead and create that branch. So now on GitLab, we have our OpenAPI specification in both our main and in our development branch, and we're all set to go. So let's go back over to Postman, and we're going to start over here by doing an import. So up at the top, next to your workspace, you're going to see new and import, and we're going to say import. From here, it's going to ask us where we want to import from. I'm going to click on code repository, and from here, I'm going to click on GitLab. This is going to take you over to your browser where you may go through a couple of steps to authorize your account to access your GitLab and access Postman and so on as an OAuth workflow. I've already done this work, and so I'm just going to bypass some of this, but you may have a couple of different screens to look at here. So I'm going to go ahead and close this and go back over to Postman. And now it's asking me for my SaaS group. On GitLab, I do everything in my 736 project. So I'm going to select that. And it automatically found my ice cream shop, and it also automatically found that I had a development branch. Now we could choose our main branch as well. I'm going to opt to use my development branch and click on continue. We see that it found the OpenAPI specification file from that subfolder path that we made, and I'm going to tell it to import this as documentation. You can choose between documentation and test suite. I'm just going to leave this as the default for now and click on import. It should tell us that everything imported okay on the next screen. One API, one collection were imported. They'll show up in a few seconds. So we're going to go ahead and close that. And sure enough, we have our new API. It gets imported by default as a draft version. I'm going to leave the draft version alone for now. What we want to do is we want to click on the very top item in that list where it says ice cream shop. And at the top of the user interface now, we're going to find this drop down that says connect repository. And this is where we're going to connect back to GitLab so that we can synchronize to and from GitLab. All we've done at this point is import our OpenAPI specification, but there's no synchronization happening yet. So from that drop down, I'm going to click on GitLab SaaS. It's going to ask for that authorization in your browser again. I'm just going to go ahead and continue and close that tab. And now it's asking which version of the API we want to synchronize. We're going to use that draft version that it made by default. Again, we need to pick the SaaS group. So I'm going to choose my 736 group. And now it's synchronizing a list of all of my projects. So I'm going to go ahead and pick that ice cream shop. And now it's synchronized over our branches as well that it found within that repository. So for main, I'm going to go ahead and pick my main branch. And for development, I'm going to pick my development branch. This is why we made that branch ahead of time. If you didn't make that branch yet, you will need to go back and reselect your project so that it resynchronizes these branch names later on. The last two options here are for creating that schema folder layout. Now, we already made the Postman schemas, so we can leave this as a default. We don't need to change this. But this synchronization is also going to back up your whole collection that you make here. So this ice cream shop collection with the get and the post, it's going to synchronize this by exporting this JSON file from Postman into GitLab as well. And it's asking where you want to make that. We're going to tell it to go ahead and create that folder structure as well. So we're going to say connect repository. It says everything's been done. Now we can synchronize between the connected version of the API and our ice cream shop repository. So if we come over here to our draft specification, we can come in here, we can start looking at things, and we see that we have our endpoints. We have a couple of examples as well. I'm going to go all the way back up here to the top. We see that everything is looking good so far. We're going to click on draft one more time. I'm going to check for any latest updates, and it thinks that we have some work already to synchronize. So I'm going to go ahead and try to pull down any changes that it thinks that are already there. Now, we didn't change anything on GitLab. This is just one more synchronization because all we've done at this point is import the OpenAPI specification. There hasn't actually been any synchronization coming down from GitLab into our local setup in Postman. So I'm going to tell it to go ahead and pull this down. We're going to pull down the ice cream store.yaml file, and we're going to tell it to go ahead and pull down that change. At this point now, we have synchronized our OpenAPI specification with what was on GitLab. So any changes that happen over there, we'll be able to pull down. Now, it thinks that there may also be a change to commit and push. So we're going to go take a look at this as well. We haven't changed anything in Postman yet, but what is happening here is Postman recognizes that we haven't yet pushed our collection. Because that collection was auto-generated when we created the API, Postman is recognizing that we've got this JSON file that we haven't yet pushed up to GitLab. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to add a commit message for this, and we're going to say syncing the Postman collection. Oops. Back to GitLab. I'm going to go ahead and commit and push that change. And if we go check and see what happened over on GitLab, when we come over here, we're on our development branch. If we go into Postman folder, we see now that it made that subfolder called collections. We see our commit message, and we see that it actually made that change for us over here, and it actually synchronized that collection JSON file. And if we go examine that, this is our unique identifier for our collection. This is a Postman ID and basically exporting that whole collection for us. At this point, we could make changes on GitLab and we can pull those down as well. So let's go do some of that. We're going to go back into Postman, the subfolder here. We're going to go back into schemas, and maybe we want to change something about our schema here. Sometimes your team will be making these changes in other ways, other tools, and we want to be able to synchronize that down to Postman as well. So I'm just going to open this up in a web IDE, and we're going to change the title to Ice Cream Shop Sprinkles. And let's change the version number here as well. So 1.0.1. We're going to go ahead and create a commit. We're going to start a merge request for this. We're going to commit this to our development branch, and we're going to say updated title and version in the OpenAPI spec. We're going to go ahead and commit this. Now it's asking us to make a merge request in here. So we're going to go ahead and merge this in, but I do not want to delete my source branch. I don't want to delete my development branch afterward because I've made this change to my development branch. I want to merge this in, but I don't want to delete that development branch. So I'm going to go ahead and make that merge request. I'm going to scroll down here. It says everything's ready to go. Again, I want to make sure the delete source branch is turned off, and I'm going to go ahead and merge in that change. So at that point, everything should be merged in. If we come back over to Postman, as we work over here, we can tell it to check for latest updates, and it should notify us that it spotted a change, and sure enough, there are changes to pull down. So we can go ahead and click on that drop down, we're going to click on the pull option here, and it says it's going to pull changes from development. We can see that the YAML was modified, and we can go ahead and pull that change down. And now if we come and we look at the definition here, we see that the title is updated with our version. Now we could also make a change here and push that back up to GitLab as well. So let's change our contact from fake store owner. I'm going to put in my real name. I'm going to go ahead and save this as a change. Now, as soon as I hit save, we see that this synchronization icon said that, hey, you've got something to push back to GitLab. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that dropdown, say commit and push. And it's asking for a commit message. So we're going to say updated the ice cream shop owner name for contact information. And we're going to go ahead and commit that back as well. Successfully pushed that up to the repository. And if we go back over to GitLab, if we come back to our ice cream shop, let's see, are we on which branch? We're on our main branch. So we're going to go back to our development branch, and we're going to go to Postman. We're going to go to schemas. We can see our commit message here. And if we open that schema file, we see that my name was updated as well. So this is how you can import from GitLab and make sure that you're synchronizing these changes back and forth. So again, you could have had the YAML file in the root folder of your project, and it would have imported from there. But the export back to GitLab by default is going to want to make that Postman folder, and inside of there, make a subfolder called schemas and put a copy of your definition in there. And so by starting out with your definition in that folder, it synchronizes back to that same place, and now you don't have two copies in your repository.